Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of the Great British Rebuild. I'm Nebman, I'm the founder of Nebman Transport, and you're watching the next episode. In the last episode we built this initial train line where we ran from London, we built our first train, and we've got our train stations running from London to Reading into Oxford, which is up here, and then all the way to Birmingham in the distance, as you can see. If we speed this up a bit, you'll see that our train line is working. Whether it's working efficiently for our money is a different story. But we need to essentially... Is that a McDonald's? What is going on? we need to start getting some bus routes into these 4 key cities so that we can start drawing people into these train stations to generate some income for us, because we're not going to be any use without making enough money or having money to expand our infrastructure. So that is what we're going to do, and that is the plan. Get some bus routes in and go from there. Here's Birmingham. Doesn't it look different to real life? So first thing that we need to do is we need to build a couple of road depots or depots in the city so that we can have access to buses. I'm going to keep the game. We'll keep the game running while we do this. So we just need a few bus depots. Probably going to go ahead and pop it slightly out of the city, maybe just kind of on this section here, just like that. That's one for Birmingham. Reading and Oxford can share a depot. We don't need an entire depot for each. So if we just whack this small depot here, that will service Oxford and Reading, and London will need one of its own because it's quite a substantial city, or at least it will be in the near future if all of our plans come together. Where do we want it? We'll just go for there for now. It's not too important, so we can always move these. So bus stop wise, as you can see, we've got a catchment area of the train station here. It only catches these houses up here, so we need to change that pretty much immediately, otherwise we're not going to have that many people moving into our between our train routes. So what we're going to do is we want a bus stop right at the top near our train station, but the main thing that we need is one on either side, because we want these to do nice return routes. That should capture a few of those. What we're going to do is maybe do like a loop around these main roads, and that should capture enough of them. So let's say we start here, we go upwards, and then we connect up to this section here, put them on each side so they can service both ways. With them here, that should be enough to capture these main buildings. This road's going to be an absolute nightmare, I can already tell. So we need to think about what we're going to do. We can put the bus stops here, because then that still services everywhere. So we want it to go through here and drop back down on this road, which, if we think about how we do this, if we put it on one of these, this street here potentially, or this street here, it should capture, I think this one, and it will still capture enough of everything. The next thing that we need to do here is put a new line, which we'll rename, put a B for bus. Somehow we've messed that up. We'll put a B for bus, and then London City. That'll be our bus line. And then we'll click on the stations to add them. So we'll just start off here. Bring that to the first bus stop. This will be the second. This will be the third, and then this will be the fourth. And that will essentially run all the way around there. An intelligent person would probably do a rerun the opposite route as well, so that people can move more efficiency. So what we'll do is we'll rename that one. We'll acquire a new line, which will be B London City 2, and then we'll add this bus stop connected to this one, and this one, and this one, which which means then it runs both ways. Nobody's going to be sat around waiting forever and ever, because that would be an absolute nightmare. Imagine you having to getting on here and having to go all the way here. No, you just don't want to. You can just get on here and go there straight away. Simple. So that's nice. We need a couple of buses, of course. So if we actually look at our options, we've only actually really got one, which is a twin coach. That's produced in 1942. It's got a lifespan of 29 years and it can hold 14 people. So I think that's probably going to be our best option. So we're going to buy... Oh, should we buy... Oh, that's a question. I think we'll get 4, 2 for each line. And then we'll allocate that one to City 1. And then we'll allocate these two to London City 2. That means that we've got 2 lines, 2 buses running through. We have a look at our bus depot. Fingers crossed. We should have some fabulous friends now exiting. Oh, look at these! And it even says London City 2 on the front. How awesome. That's pretty cool, I must admit. So those buses will start servicing our people, which is awesome. That will hopefully start drawing a few more people into our train line and making us a little bit more money. In regards to Reading and Oxford, I feel like this connection should connect. But the issue is that, we'll build a few bus routes here and then see how we get on. So we've set up bus routes in Oxford and in Reading. We just need to buy some vehicles for us, which will be we probably only need 4 in total, 1 for each line per city. So if we go 1 for Oxford 1, 1 for Oxford 2, because there's only 3 stops for these lines. I'll show you the lines, but there's only 3 stops. So if you have a look here, you'll see that it's very simple. Just round, and then this one just as a loop. So nice and simple. We got the buses running. This one will obviously have to, these two will have to travel from Oxford to Reading to start their journeys, but nevertheless it is sorted. So it would appear that I'm getting slightly sidetracked because I'm just going to upgrade these bridges to make them look a little bit cooler. So that one, slight upgrade, makes it pretty cool, and then we just want to see if we can adjust this one slightly to make it a little bit nicer as well. Have a little look to see what we can potentially do. A lot of these are quite old, but nevertheless we can... Oh, that one looks quite fancy. That's a bit London-y if you ask me, or somewhat London-y. What about green? I think the red will do. We'll replace that one for 35 grand. Pretty good deal, and then I think we need to kind of upgrade these roads as well because they're all pretty old and checkered. Right, so I've upgraded London streets because quite frankly the old paved streets were not fit for purpose anymore. So with this big dual carriageway in the centre, it looks a little bit better, nice and slightly more modernised, looking pretty good for 1948 if you ask me. This bridge is quite a nice touch. I think it's quite nice and traditional. But yeah, obviously we've upgraded the roads, which are pretty good. There's a few that are still not completely upgraded. The road from London to Luton is not great, but I'm sure we can adjust that just very slightly now. Speed limit 50. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we can't just collect that into that. That'll be fine, and then we can whack those 2 up. And we're looking pretty good. It's almost striking me that we should probably just make this a dual carriageway as well. But I don't think we need to do that just yet. We need to set up a bus route in Birmingham. And once we've done that, we'll be in a slightly better position to make some more money. Because I don't think we're actually making any profit just yet. So, bus route for Birmingham. Here we go. With this one I'm trying to be slightly more tactical because the city itself is probably going to expand at quite a substantial rate. So if we just connect up a few roads early doors like this one, and it means that we can... Ooh, I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with that. We need it to... we need straight roads. or near enough straight road. So that can go to there, like so, and then maybe we can just curve it to a connection here. It looks a little bit better than the random one that we did have. So that's just an extra little road that we're going to put in, because then it brings us on a nice loop around Birmingham. I will show you my routes that we'll take. So it's going to be nice and simple, as for some reason this hasn't joined us 2 bus stops, but joined us 1, sorry. So that's going to go there, to here, connects back through to this one, and then that is that one. So that'll be obviously B Birmingham 1. And then we need a new line that alternates through that same route, which would just be like that, and connecting back to Church Street. And that'll be B Birmingham 2. Nice and simple. So we've got those 2 Birmingham lines sorted, as you can see there, both going around Birmingham. And then we just need to buy some vehicles for our journey. Oh, we've got something new. What are these? 3 times loading capacity with a capacity of 12 from 1949. I think we should go with some new buses, although it's probably not quite good because they're Soviet Union buses. However, if we look back at the history, the Soviet Union were on our side during the war, so it's not too bad. We'll go with 4 buses. We'll have 2 for each line in Birmingham, just like that, and then we should hopefully be drawing a few more passengers into these train stations. So the next thing that I want to do, I've let the game run for a little bit just to see how our lines are doing. We are making some profit, which is good. Our train line in particular is running pretty efficiently, making about 2 million profit, near enough. So we are making a bit of money back, which is good. The buses are a bit hit and miss. Some of them are making profit, some of them drop below occasionally, but for the time being they are working efficiently. The thing that I did want to look at was, obviously we've got Southend-on-Sea and Chatham. They're both very close to London, and I think a simple way of connecting these two it is very simple. Just run a bus, one single bus, or maybe two bus stops from each, and we'll literally just run them to one of these bus stops. Once we've done that, they can hop on this line, which will take them around everywhere. So I think that's all we really need to do is, well, we need to create the bus stops, which will obviously be helpful enough. So we'll get a couple of bus stops. We'll put one. See, it's not a big place, but we can put one here, and then we want one around here, which just will connect everything in. And we want to do the same sort of thing here with Southend. Just connect those 2 up, and then run one more just here, where it will basically capture most of the people. And all we want to do with this is very simple. We want to 1, 2, and we just want to nip it into the closest bus stop that we can, and then on the way back it'll drop into here and then arrive back at Church Street. So that just is one line that runs continuously through here, back and forth, drawing people into London. It's a nice, easy, simple commuter sort of bus route to connect them. So we'll just do bus Southend to London, just like that, and then we'll do a new line from Chatham just to this bus stop here on the corner, and stop back at North Street on the way back, and then we have a bus Chatham. No, doesn't like my typing there. Chatham, London, just like that. And to be honest with you, we probably only need one bus for the time being, and they could all come from the London bus depot. So let's have a look and see what we've got. The twin coach. To be fair, we can just get the twin coach. How much is different? That's 3 times loading speed and a bit quicker. So we'll buy 2 of those. Hopefully they'll be full buses, and we'll just run them one from Chatham, and then another one from Southend. Now that we do that, we'll have people coming in from all sorts, which at least there is some sort of connection that's alternative to driving. We probably do need to work on London City itself with the infrastructure, because at the moment the layout, it's pretty grim, pretty disgusting layout. It's not efficient at all. Doesn't look very good. Although some of these buildings are starting to pop up, which are quite tall. But I don't want to be that guy, but I'm not sure if in 1952 you'd have buildings like this one. But that might be something to do with my mods. So I can't blame them completely. It could just be me, which is probably the case. We've got a few people waiting here, so yes. To be honest with you, I've just looked at how close Luton is as well, and it kind of just makes sense for us to do exactly the same with Luton. Make a nice simple bus route connection through there, because it's actually growing quite a bit, Luton, so it will probably be worth us just popping in some sort of connection. Doesn't need to be major, just one at this end that will pick up the majority of the people, and then just simply set up a line connection through here. And where do you want to drop into? Probably, because we don't want this to get too congested, so Luton, you can go here, and then on the way back you can stop at Stanley Road again. Very simple, but that's how we do it. So Luton, question mark, Luton to London. That's a nice easy bus route for those. Buy a couple of, we'll go with the twin coaches this time, and maybe we'll buy two, because it's quite a large place at the minute, looking like. Luton is probably growing quite a bit, so we'll have that connection all the way through, which is good. Yeah, it's looking better. London is building quite quickly now, which is awesome to see. So our train line is starting to look a little bit congested. So as you can see, we've got 3, 4. This one's pretty much full. And then Birmingham's looking pretty ramo as well. So I think what we need to do is just make some adjustments, some alternative adjustments, by basically just adding a couple more tracks in. I don't want anything too fancy. I just want to kind of run this track alongside here, keeping it nice and simple. Just across, kind of run it parallel. Hopefully it'll let us come through, which it does. Same with the tunnel. We want to run it all the way through, back to this area. This is where it's going to get a little bit trickier. Obviously we're in the tunnel here still, but we need to somehow cross over tracks, or we pause this and we basically just budge this track over to the right. That could work more efficiently. Let's have a think. So that's all connected efficiently through here. I feel like we're probably just going to have to double track this. I'm not going to lie. I think we're just going to have to double track this. It's going to be quite expensive, but it's going to be worth it. Yeah, I think we're going to have to double track it. So what we'll do alternatively then is, it's going to be a big rebuild now, isn't it? Right, let's try this. We'll pick up all of our tracks, double track it the whole way through. This renovation will hopefully give us a more efficient train line, because at the moment it's not doing what we need it to do. I mean, it's working perfectly, so that is fine. We just need to run this track, hopefully one of our standard track mods. We want parallel tracks, yes. Is that going to give us tracks to the left? It does. Okay, perfect. So we just want to run that in a nice straight line Come on, parallel tracks. Sometimes it doesn't work when you cross over certain things. So, for example, roads. So we want to run all the way. Why is this now deciding to be not underground? Because the bridges cost a lot more money. We don't really want to bridge the whole way. If you look at that, that's going to cost an absolute ton. Interesting. Yeah, because look, if you look at it, I think we went underneath last time, so we need to try and figure out how to get that back underneath. So what we'll do is, once again, destroy it, and see if we can get a bridge underneath. We're going to clear all of that, see if we can get a nice sort of tunnel going. So we're going to do it without the parallel track mod. We're probably going to adjust this bridge slightly to make it look a little bit nicer, but I can't decide what bridge that we want to use. That looks quite cool. What alternatives do we have? We've got loads of bridges in here. What about this? That looks quite cool. That also looks pretty good. That's just a standard kind of rail duct. That looks awesome. Some pretty cool looking bridges. A lot of them don't really like fit the theme as much. That's very kind of British, these ones. Maybe we'll go for something like that. Or alternatively, so many of them, it's crazy. Alternatively, we can just grab something like that. Or something like this. I think something like this will do. That's good. And then that is then connected to here. And all we need to do is do exactly the same with this one, connect it up to Oxford. And then just filling the double tracks in over in London, which will take these two tracks into here, like so. And then we should be double tracked the whole way now, essentially, which is good, giving us an extra bit of space to run a double kind of line going across through all of our stations, all across here. We just need to then sort out our line because this is not right. So let's have a look then. I think what we could do is this line can run from platform 2. Hopefully that'll work. If we just put all of these on platform 2. No, it doesn't work. Why is that then? So that one wants to run from platform 1 to platform 2 to platform 1. This is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this out an alternative way. Okay, so we've got a train on each route. All of it is double tracked now, so we just need to get these trains out of here, which they should do now. That one's going to move straight over and sliver onto that line, and then our second one will continue onto this straight line. That'll give us 2 routes, bringing us all the way through, which is awesome. This one looks like it's going to be going back to Birmingham first, which is cool, and the other one probably continue on to Reading. But that's pretty cool. We've got those routes set up, and hopefully that will help us with our, well, gaining a bit of money. We spent a bit of money doing it, renovating it, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. We can always make these trains bigger, so like double stacked or whatever, just to run more passengers through. But nevertheless, for the time being, this looks pretty good. So we're heading from Birmingham to Oxford. We're going to go through the tunnel. Watch out for the deer. Oh my goodness, nearly delayed the train there. Straight into Oxford train station, which is here. Looking pretty nice. Pick those passengers up. Full train that, 52 out of 52. Past McDonald's, over the vehicle track. Go all the way through on our beautiful new double tracks. Run all the way into the city of Reading, which somehow is very well developed now. Into Reading. Are we going to drop some off? We are. We're dropping them off and then loading back up a full train. There's our other friend coming through. And then onwards to London, over the long bridge that brings us through. A lot of congestion on these roads. We might need to have a look at that at some point soon. And then that will drop us nicely into London City. So there we go. Train lines are up. That's making us some dough. I'm not sure if it will actually be showing in the profit just yet. Oh, yeah, it is. They're both in the profit, so we are making a decent amount of money. Our buses are just about scraping by. Our Chatham to London, it's making loads of money. Look at that. That's good. And then our in-city buses are making money. The buses to Luton are making loads of money. So yeah, we're doing pretty well actually. I'll say that we're making some decent money. So cool. The next episode is going to be a big one. London is going to be renovated. Although this is London, our main city, it just doesn't look nice. And we need it to look nice. We want it to look nice. But I might have to run the game for a little while just to get some of our money up. So I might do that. But nevertheless, we'll start by renovating London in the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again in episode 3. Bye.